Seriously, I crack myself up. So I wanted to do a video for you today because, I mean, look, it's so gorgeous out. Can you believe it is December 12th and it is like 70 degrees out? I really don't even need this jacket, but I figured it looks good in the camera, right? Anyway, I wanted to do a video on fear versus determination, and it's a little bit about my story of when I first left Florida, left my 22-year marriage. I was in fear the whole time of that relationship, fear of leaving. How am I going to be on my own? I had two small children, financial reasons. Where was I going to live? You know, all those things ran through my head. So it kept me stuck in fear. I allowed the fear to take over. And as the relationship progressed into just worse and worse and worse. That's my doggie. She wants to go out. No, you stay. I was, there she is. I became immune to it. I was immune to the craziness, the verbal abuse, the emotional abuse. My children saw, heard, and went through things that no child should go through, and myself too. Suicide attempts and just craziness. So, like I said, I stayed in that stuck feeling of fear for 22 years, and then I kind of just a light bulb went off, and I just was like, you know, it was my daughter coming to me and saying, Mom, I don't want to go to college in Florida. And it was like a light bulb went off, and I was like, okay, we can move. You know, I knew my marriage was ending, and I literally pushed the fear away. I made a plan and put it into action. And you know, that's where the determination came in. So I was determined to leave. I was determined to make it work. I was determined to knock down any wall that was in front of me, whether it was finances or, you know, just whatever it was going to get knocked down, and it was going to not be an issue for me. And so that was December of 2010. And my plan was 5 months. My plan actually got expedited by another crazy incident. And so we came to North Carolina in May of 2011. And bittersweet crossing that state borderline, very bittersweet. I was excited to start my new life, and so excited to see what was ahead of me, but I was sad to leave my family behind. The only state that I ever lived in my whole, at that time, 42 years of my life. My son stayed behind. Now they're grown now. Just, it was so bittersweet, and I cried going over that state line. But I didn't allow myself to go back into that fear. I stayed with my determination, determined to make this work. We had an apartment within 4 days of us being in North Carolina. Oh, because I manifested $10,000, by the way. $10,000. That was the amount that I had in my head, that I was not going to leave Florida without $10,000, and I did. That was also not including the money that I spent when I was in Colorado for 10 days on vacation, white river rafting, and having such a great time. But we got to North Carolina, and the determination was still overpowering the fear. And then, you know, remember, this is the first time that I had been financially on my own in over 20 years. And, you know, then he started calling, and I miss you and I love you. And there's my comfort zone drawing me in. I had a choice. Was I going to go? Was I going to stay? Was I going to let fear come back in, or was I going to stay determined? And guess what I did? I let fear take over. I buckled. I went back to Florida. And you know, I mean, I know everybody does it. Let's try this again. We can't waste 22 years. We have a family, blah, 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 blah. And the fear, I let the fear step in, went back to Florida for about 8 months, but it wasn't, I think it was 2 months that we were there that, I mean, I knew it was wrong to go back. I knew it wasn't right, didn't feel right. But it took about 2 months for me and my daughter to finally say, this is, we left for a reason. This is not working. And then it took another, 4 or 5 months to leave again. Again, had no job. Again, manifested the amount of money I needed to go. Did it all over again, a little bit differently. And that was 2012. And I've been here in North Carolina ever since. I do not let fear stand in my way of what I want. I get it. So that's what I wanted to talk about today was, pushing the fear out of the way and having that feeling of determination. What do you want in life? What do you want for yourself? And get that strong feeling inside of you and say to yourself, I'm determined. Use that word. I'm determined to get X, Y, and Z, whatever that is for you. I'm determined to manifest $5,000, $10,000, whatever it is. I'm determined to do this for myself because I deserve it. All right, there's your message for today. I'm sorry about the whining dog, but we're on the deck and she wants to go out in the backyard and run around, and there's no fence and she has to be on the runner, and I just can't do it. And so I get off this video and then I'll put her on it. All right, you have a beautiful day. I am always here. If you want to chat, get on a discovery call. You know where you can find me. All right, you have a beautiful day. Bye.